Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us right around the world. Yes, that's right. It's the penultimate round here of the Project Cars SRL Season 2 of the V8 Supercar Championship. Tonight, it's round 9 from the beautiful Road America circuit as we continue, the second leg of our American road trip. The very fast Road America circuit, like we said, the penultimate round of Season 2. A very tight championship fight, only 19 points between Kart Dude and F1 Rocks. And it's not just top spot up for grabs either. P3 to P6 in the championship is still a fight between Fubbles, V8 Man, Waffles and HSV. And it's good to know that they're all here tonight. Don't forget... let's just have a look at this format, but let's have a look at this circuit before anything else. Look at that, 6.51 kilometres, so one of the longer tracks on the calendar, 14 turns. A beautiful track, plenty of history there in the mighty state of Wisconsin. And let me tell you, just off of Highway 67 in Elkhart Lake in the town of Plymouth, this track first opened in 1955, and as we wait for the drivers to come out on track to begin this round 9 of the championship, it's with great pleasure I welcome once again, like I do every week, my co-commentator Jason Wilkinson. And first of all, welcome Jace, and let me tell you, on the night when F1 2018 is going to be released, it's good to see first of all so many people here, but it's going to be a fantastic race tonight, and that championship battle is still up for grabs, isn't it? Welcome to you.
Yes, good to be here. Another night down. Well, not finished yet, but another night down. Only 2 rounds to go now, so it's going to be emotional. It's been a pretty good season so far. So hopefully the boys can have a good race tonight here at Road America. As the first car on track is Fubbles. Got a Twilight. I love our Twilight races. So beautiful. V8 Supercars are beautiful under lights, and yeah, good. Yes. Fast track. Should be a lot of passing here with the long straights and heavy braking zones. A couple of things you got to look out for is that there is an auto spin curve or two, but drivers should, it's one of the things that being drivers avoid a line, change your line as you're going, so they should be all good with that. And let's get it on.
Well, Fubbles, we mentioned Fubbles first out on track, looking to set a quick lap. Or just get a bit of a feel for this track. Like we said, the twilight conditions, as he gets a little bit out of shape there and does so again. It's difficult, isn't it? You've got to get used to these conditions. The twilight, finding your braking points as we ride on bonnet cam with our man Fubs. Also, too, as he approaches turns 5 and 6 along the Moraine Sweet Corner. Big happy birthday to Fubs, too, who celebrated his birthday recently. He wished me a happy birthday. I think you might have recorded that, Jace, down at the Grand Prix weekend. When it was my birthday, in fact, during the weekend of the Australian Grand Prix. So happy birthday to our man Fubbles, our favourite controller user. He's going to be up and about. Hopefully he's in with a shot, isn't he? He's right up there in the championship race as well. So who knows, he could be in with a shot of a top 3 finish in the Drivers' Championship, which would be fantastic for him considering that he was pretty much a newcomer, wasn't he, in the early part of Season 1. Beautiful, fast-flowing circuit, like you mentioned, Jace. Plenty of chances as we see Fubs come around here to pass on this track. So it's one of those tracks where I guess we're not going to see a boring race. We've seen plenty of action so far in Season 2, plenty of incidents, even up to last week. But it's going to be interesting. We're going to see plenty of passing here tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, a few of the guys are stuck in the pits at the moment. There's someone just go to track and is looked off or like something, and there's a HSV and Ryan can't actually get out onto track. So hopefully that'll be fixed in a second. But yeah, so Bubbles coming into complete his first lap, very fast track, 270 k's around top speed, and drifting apparently is a good way to get around turn 1. As Bubbles has a nice slide through there. That's high, still get up to temperature.
Beautiful from Fubs there. Tell you what, don't they look brilliant? We say it each and every week, and people, I guess they'd be getting sick of us listening to our voices, Jace, after it's been a long season, bit of a grind, but no, only kidding. But don't they look beautiful under lights, these V8 Supercars? Not only do they sound good, they look good as well. And don't forget to get in your questions on the live stream tonight. Who knows, Jace, we might do something a little bit different tonight as well, and just get people to let us know on the live stream in the comments if you're watching. Who do you think's going to win? Just tell us something interesting in the comments and get your questions in like we always say.
A quiz or two. I've only got one question off the top of my head, but We might have to get the guys. Actually, hang on. I'll let you talk. Let me just sort out these guys that are stuck in the
We'll let you sort out the technical issues there, Jace. It's good of you to just give me a license to ramble on. Not that I need it, but big hello first of all to Julian on the live stream, and also Alex, Patch Adams as I like to call him. He says, "Hey guys, it's great to have your company, Alex." And a big hello to you too, Julian. I'm not sure I know you, but if you're new to the live stream, first of all, welcome.
One of the SRL boys. So
one of the SRL. Yes, big hello to you too, Julian. Like we said, we always say it, but if you want to get involved, although this is the penultimate round of Season 2 of this V8 Supercars Championship for SRL, all the w's.supremeracingleague.com.au. If you want to get involved, we're going to have a Season 3, all of course streamed on the Kidbyers YouTube channel. A bit of a shameless plug there, but we're approaching 400 subscribers, and it looks to me as though someone's left the session. Jace, have they? Or
yeah, a few guys are leaving and joining back. But Bubbles first on 2:04.5, which is actually a pretty handy time. I can't remember if I looked at the actual world record time, but I think it'll be around a 2 minute 2-ish, 2 minute 3. Those are pretty good times. But 2:04 is a pretty good banker up, as we've come on to one of the championship contenders, or the championship leader in fact, Cartfield. So not sure if he's on a lap or if he's just on that lap. As to have a look. But just as we talk about shameless plugs, if you're watching this and you're keen for an F1 league or Project Cars league, but and also GD Sport, there's going to be an F1 league in Australia, and then all the European sort of side as well. So just go on the website and look at that. Obviously the game's coming out tomorrow, or now, or whenever, wherever you are in the world watching. So yeah, F1 comes out tomorrow. Good fun watching it, playing at midnight. So 4 hours time for some of the Aussie boys. But yeah, so if you're curious and want to join either this league for next season or a F1 league if you're not from Australia, yeah, jump on www.supremeracingleague.com and have a look at that. So hopefully these boys might jump on board. So HSV's still in the pits. Righty.
There's some pretty handy times getting set out there at the moment. Like you said, Jace, Fubs there with the 2:04 and .549, 3/10 out of V8 man and Formula 1 Rocks. So the championship contenders can't do there. I think that might have been a bit of a warm-up lap for him, nearly 3 minutes. So, well, I tell you what, so that 2 minutes, what's that, Fubbles setting the time as we take a look at Formula 1 Rocks now for Shake and Bake Racing, the championship contender. Boy, hasn't that been a very interesting battle so far, right throughout the season. And we mentioned it last week, Jace. He's missed out on a lot of point-scoring finishes, hasn't he? I think it was from Ruapuna to Laguna Seca. He missed out on so many points, didn't he? Yet he's still in that championship fight.
Points he missed out on.
So that's incredible.
Yeah, points he missed out on, and he comes out. Oh, jeez! I tell you what, that was a good save there.
Speaking of missing out, he nearly
last week.
Yeah. Nearly missed out on everything there, but so he's come out last week and
came out with, 2 wins there, so that was good. Obviously that titanic battle between Carter and him where F1 Rocks prevailed, but let's see, he's on a good lap at the moment, but whether that little off track or sort of running wide, I wonder if that might have invalidated his lap, but look, might ride on board. What he's going to do.
Here he comes across the line and pole position. Boy, talk about timing. Look at that, a 2:04.4. What can Cart do to answer that? As Sprint Cars 6, our man Sprint Cars just reckon he's gone out on a limb on the comments in the stream, Jace. He says Formula 1 Rocks for the win. So he's just taking a safe bet there. Although Cart Dude might have something to say about that as someone ahead of Cart Dude. They could have, I'm guessing that was Wob, considering he just sort of disappeared and next thing it came up that he was in the pits. So yeah, that might be a nice photograph of a concrete wall as Cart Dude comes across the line and he takes pole position. Fantastic stuff. Yes. I tell you what, we've got the, well, this is going to be a good old ding-dong battle. This one, as we ride back on board with Fubs again, we've got the no, he's around, and hopefully he won't get. There's about 3 cars coming behind him, so he'll want to get a move on there, and I'm sure he'll get out of the way of those guys. But, well, it's going to be an interesting week, isn't it? We've got the KSI and, was it the Logan Paul fight coming up, I think, on the weekend. And we're going to have a ripping fight here as well between kart and Formula One Rocks. I tell you what, the gloves are going to be off. Formula One F1 2018 is going to be out. Who knows? We might even see a sneaky live stream on Sunday, Jace. Keep an eye out for that. And
someone can get the game in time. And
fingers crossed. The download speeds are up and about. Boy, did we not mention that last week about that quality of the live stream?
Jono's opened that here.
Here we go, Jono.
3 tenths up. This could be very very close. Provisional pole.
Here we go, so a chance for Formula One Rocks to answer back. He got provisional pole, then 3/10 of a second. He was knocked off by Kart Dude, and now what can he do? Here he comes around the last corner now, onto the main straight, through turn 14, up the hill, and over the start-finish line. What can he do? 10 minutes left in the session. Can he take pole position back from Brody? No, he's improved, but not enough. 204.2, and he heads back into the pits now to have a think about it.
Jump back into the pits quickly, really keep you on your toes when you're being the commentator.
1/10 of a second, that's right. It's not an easy job, Jace. That's why they pay you the big money. And don't worry, we're getting to 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, almost halfway there anyway, so who knows, by season 3 we might be able to get some dosh for what we're doing. Some kind people out there might be able to donate $1 or $2, a couple of yen, whatever it is. Anyway, as here, well, just could somebody please hose down Kart Dude, because that is a very hot and spicy lap of 203.632 for Kart Dude. Boy, hasn't he set the high water mark for qualifying here tonight. It's not a super sprint round, just a normal round, like we said, 20-minute qualifying session. And then followed by 20 laps, mandatory pit stop as well, if I'm not mistaken. V8 man 51 now, currently sitting in 5th position, 1.2 seconds off of pole position, Jace. What can he do?
Well, he's going to go 1.2 seconds faster, I guess, so...
maybe even 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3. There's a few guys in the pit still, so as I said, the track is gonna, with being this being a longer quali session, which is 2 tenths down, with this being a longer quali session, the track is going to get a little bit of rubbering, so the last lap or two could be a little bit faster. You can see Kart does the 203.6 that last lap, so the track's going to get faster and faster, especially as the sun keeps going down, but the sun will reset and it'll be back to it wasn't really sunny before, but it'll be a little bit lighter for the start of the race, and we should finish just before darkness.
Well,
everyone's coming on track now.
So everybody coming out on track. So more than half of the qualifying session has gone. Just 8 minutes or less than 8 minutes remaining in this session. So currently on provisional pole position, it's Kart Dude, our championship leader, with a 2-minute 3.632 lap. A long way off the total lap record here at Road America. We love our little bits of trivia, and I'm sure our viewers love it as well. A 1-minute 39.866 from Dario Franchitti for the Team Cool Green Kart Racing Team way back in 2000. I'm sure Jace was just about 4 years old watching that. Yeah, he loves it. What was I about? Well, I'm not going to say what I was, because that's going to give away my age.
Yeah, man. And, wow, improved heaps there.
And look at that.
Oh, 2 tenths behind his teammate.
Well, I tell you what, is this a case? Will he settle for second best? I know that's not in the nature of Jono, aka F1 Rocks, of course, to settle for second best, but he's got his teammate there as a rear gunner, Jace, or a wingman, as Toto Wolff liked to call it.
This season.
So, yeah, like you said, it's something he's been missing this season, so it's interesting. He's not in bad shape, as we like to keep an eye on everybody, of course, racing tonight, as Compact 9123 for Team Aussie Racing. He looks like he's pretty handy on this lap. He's currently in P8, 3 seconds off. As he's got
with those cones, and he's just got an invalid lap there.
He's got something against those cones. I don't think he left any one of them untouched. But anyway, as now we ride on board with HSV, who's well down, isn't he? Look at that, all zeros down there at the bottom of the timesheets.
He was one of the ones who was stuck in the in your pit box. You have to leave a couple of times and join back, but he's in. That's the main thing, and he's about to finish his first lap now. Yes, as he crosses the line.
Here he goes. What can he do? Across the start-finish line, and he goes up to 6th with a 205.657, 2 seconds off the pace. Still pretty handy though. It's good enough currently for the third row on the grid, as the lights are flashing there from the Team Aussie car. And Righty now, haven't seen him too much tonight for Mad Sakumi Racing. Beautiful. I love looking at these cars, Jace, as he goes around turn 1, approaching turn 2 here. And believe it or not, then it'll be turn 3. After that, you get the idea. 5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. And it's Kart Dude sitting out front in a league of his own. 6/10 ahead of Formula 1 Rocks in second. And then it's V8 Man, so the two shake and bake racing cars in second and third. I know Grace probably won't like us calling V8 Man a wing man. But then again, I tell you what, Righty just getting all out of shape there. And just touching the grass for good measure. But Fubbles up in P4, and some pretty big gaps there on the timing sheets. Look at that, Waffles 1.2 down on pole position in 5th place, and then a further 8/10 behind him is HSV, Mighty Murph, and Righty, Compact Hecker, who's, well, he's consistent. He shows up every week. We don't give him a lot of airtime, but we love him nonetheless. Womp in 11th, and then Mickey in 12th, about 10 seconds off the pace. Good thing we don't have the 100.
How many viewers? We have a little viewer count we've got there. We might get a little quiz question up and running. How many viewers we've got so far?
Well, currently 5 people watching the stream, Jace, and Nemo, welcome to you, Nemo, who just says the stream looking very crisp. We won't go into how good a quality it was last week, but it's going to be absolutely crisp as F tonight as well. Just keeping it nice and clean. Very careful there, Jason. I know you like to keep me in line. As Formula 1 Rocks? No, across the line, can't do better there.
They're all starting now. Kart Dude's just behind him. HSV pops up to second with the 204 dead.
204 flat.
Yeah, there's there.
So
he's just got past. They're all within, the first couple of corners. The 4 cars on the track, and the top 4 in the row. So
there you have it.
Of where they're going to be finishing lap, what time.
So there you have it. So riding on board currently with Formula 1 Rocks is Sprint Cars 6 says, what cars for next season? Well, good question. We've had the GT3 cars, haven't we, Jace? We've had V8 supercars. There was talk of some Indy cars, although that could have, I guess that could be pretty dangerous if you're not careful.
There we go.
So we'll see how we go. Stay tuned for that one.
But speaking of GT3 cars and V8 supercars that we've got tonight, a little bit of a quiz here. What do you think, to you viewers? What do you think is faster around in America, a GT3 car or a V8 supercar? The answer could be quite, it's quite surprising. They're doing 203s at the moment. So what do you reckon? Do you reckon it'll be faster in a GT3 car or slower? Just keeping an eye on the constants underneath.
Good question.
A virtual round of applause.
Yes, yeah. We'll give you a virtual pat on the back, a virtual round of
on a good lap here,
applause. 7/10, talking about crisp. And this lap is looking very, very crisp indeed. He's got only a couple of corners to go. And let's
split.
Come on, Kart Dude. We're gonna see this soon, James.
So don't worry.
Anyway, through the kink, through Kettle Bottoms. What an interesting sounding corner that is. Anyway, back onto the main straight. Now I've completely got the wrong part of the track. It's the Bill Mitchell bend. Anyway, never mind about that, as here comes Formula 1 Rocks. Can he grab pole position from Kart Dude? Yes! 1.1 seconds quicker. Now Kart Dude has a chance to go better. Are we going to see 202s here in this qualifying session? This pace is hot, hot, hot. As Kart Dude across the start, finish straight. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this qualifying session.
Down.
And he's down. Look at that, 4 tenths down as HSV across the line. No, he can't improve, but I reckon he... Well, a 204.0 for him, but Formula 1 Rocks, he is. I tell you what, how amazing has this qualifying session been? Just when you think that they can't go any quicker, Jace, they go quicker again. 4 tenths. Formula 1 Rocks from Kart Dude.
Yeah, that's F1 Rocks needed, because remember, 19 points difference in favour of Kart Dude. If Von Rocks comes out and wins tonight and Katu only a second, points gap's down to 11 or 12. Big math isn't really the strongest at the moment, but yeah, so he needs to win tonight if Von Rocks, otherwise if Katu finishes in front of him, depending on how, like, you know, there always seem to be 1-2, but if that's what happens, that means Katu secures the championship tonight and doesn't go to the season finale at Bathurst, which would be a little bit disappointing, but let's see what happens tonight.
Yes, I tell you what, we always get so excited for the championship finale at the beautiful Bathurst circuit at Mount Panorama. And I tell you what, that season finales don't seem to like us, do they, Jace? We had that in season 1 where we kind of got, it was a bit of an anti-climax, but never mind. Hopefully we can get a battle this season for everybody, our loyal, beloved regulars on the live stream, and us as well. As well,
Von Rocks might be able to make it. We'll see. Katu in the pit. The Katu is not going any faster, so this is pretty much, this could be the order. I don't see V8 man. He's also in the pit. I don't see HSV going 8/10 faster, but can Von Rocks get into the 202s? What you bring over the line?
Here we go across the line. Can he get into the 202s? Oh, 12 thousandths of a second off of dipping into the 202s. Look at that at 203.012 as Dean McKinnon comes across the line. And as Dean might say, I think I can. Come on. I think I can across the line. What can I do? He goes, oh, look at that at 203.9. So he improves slightly. Boy, I bet he's going to love that impression when he watches the live stream back later on today. Here comes Fubbles. He's been getting that rear of the car out a fair bit, hasn't he, when we've been watching him on the stream so far tonight for DM Motorsport. Anyway, as he's got some, so I know there was a car behind him, but that's peeled off into the pits. And while I let you marinate on that bad Dean McKinnon impression, Jason, for everyone watching at home, we might just stick with our man Fubbles. Don't we love him? We wished him a happy birthday at the start of the stream. And here he comes through the last couple of corners. Can he improve? 1.5 seconds.
Home, but we've got another birthday that happened even a little bit more recently. But we'll follow Fubbles home first and then get on to that.
Here we go, Fubs, around the last corner, bashing that R2 button like there's no tomorrow. Counting down, time is up in this qualifying session, so those on a hot lap cannot start another one. Here he comes, P5, can he make it? Can he go any better? No. And Fubs has to be content with a third row start for tonight. Compact, what's he done? A 206.731. Womp's just focusing his camera lens there. He's finished in P10, so we're all done for qualifying, Jace.
Yeah, we've still got a minute countdown because it's such a long lap here. But speaking of the late birthdays, on Monday it was our favourite photographer, well, only photographer, but our favourite one, Womp, turning a level 21. He's not turned 21, but we'll give him the give him the benefit of the doubt. 21 Womp, so happy 21st again for maybe the 20th time in a row.
So happy 21st to our man Womp. We called him our favourite photographer. We only have one of them, so he's got to be our favourite, I guess, when you look at it like that. No, just kidding. Of course he is. And he's taken some ripping shots over the course of this season. And, well, look at that. Speaking about this season, that is pretty much how things have gone, isn't it? Formula One Rocks taking pole position with a crisp lap of a 203 flat ahead of Kart Dude. 6/10 behind him, HSV on the second row of the grid. So it's shake and bake, Sody, shake and bake. We've seen it a few times. I think it was last week as well on the grid. Then Fubbles in P5, Waffles in P6, Mighty Murph in P7. And the rest of the results were there on your screen. This qualifying session is over now. Righty, yes, of course, for Mad Sakumi Racing in 8th. And then it's Compact in P9. Womp rounding out the top 10. Hekakosh in 11th. And we head to the starting grid now, ready for 20 laps of Road America and round 9 of this championship. God, I love this time of the week, don't you, Jace? It just gets you up and about, doesn't it? Not in any kind of way like what everyone at home's probably thinking of, and we can't go there because it's only 8:30. I'm just excited for the new F1 game. I'm excited for tonight, and I'm just excited for everyone watching this championship tonight. I'm rambling on, but it's Formula One Rocks starting from P1 on the grid. Behind him for company, it's Kart Dude. Then it's his teammate acting... Ooh.
interesting that Cartier's second, but he's got the inside line. So, although F1 Rocks is on the racing line, there's not like rubber going down on a when you're going past this start finish line at about 230 k's an hour. So, if Cartier can get probably one of his best starts of the season, he could lead going into turn one. But remember, F1 Rock is always, well, touch wood, and no commentator's curse intentionally being put on here, but he's pretty much led from, if he's on the front row, he's led into turn one with that good start. But we'll continue through the grid because we've run out of time now.
Here we go, HSV in P3, right behind Formula One Rocks. Then it's Jono's teammate, geez, I tell you what, you're going too quick for me again. Fubbles in P5, that's right, of course, ahead of Waffles in P6 for On The Couch Racing. Then it's Mighty Murph for Ligma Racing. And then Righty, of course, in P8. Compact for Team Aussie in P9. Womp, our favourite photographer, like we mentioned, happy birthday to you for Team Kiwi Racing, 21 years young. Hekakosh for Mad Sakumi in P11. And then it's Mickey for Team Aussie in P12 as we get ready to go racing here as the sun sets here at Road America. The sun hasn't set on this championship. Stay tuned, get ready, get set. Watch, here we go. 3 lots of red lights. You know the drill by now. It's green, lights out, and away we go. And Kartu comes across straight away and makes contact with Jono. Oh, I tell you what, heading down into the first corner. Look at that. What? Look at that. Streaming down into turn one. Is Kartu going to get the inside line? Yes, he is, of course. And Jono still there, and they've both made contact, and Jono's off. Kartu spearing off the track as well. Down to turn two, it's Kartu maintaining the inside line. Formula One Rocks, Jono now just slotting in behind him. V8 Man has jumped HSV off the start. Compact up to 5th. Bubbles has dropped position down to 6th. Lap 1 out of 20. Look at that. They're all streaming through, apart from the 2 leaders. Didn't appear to be too much contact further down the field. But what a start there. As here we go, some action as HSV now compact up to 3rd, Jace.
Yeah, compact stepped off the half of the inside there, but didn't make any contact, so they did a clean move, so good job on him, and try and find a good spot on the track, so they're going to run through the field. Yeah, this could be a good one here.
Here we go now, look at that beautiful camera work there, Jace, fantastic stuff. There might be just a little bit extra in your paycheck next week. And look how close they are, just 1/10 separates them here as we come through to complete lap 1, halfway through in fact. And, well, 20 laps, that's right, we've seen it every single week, these two. Once they're on track together, they just can't be split, can they? They're so close in terms of performance. And already almost 2 seconds back to V8 Man in 3rd place, HSV behind him. So it's Sodi, Shake and Bake and Sodi. Oh my goodness! Dean McKinnon. And Dean, oh no, and he's, well...
Probably like to see someone turn around someone and probably drive off.
and just for, that might have been Righty getting straight up V8 Man's Ginger and just launching him into orbit. And boy, just tell you what, they're going to that comments. The SRL chat on the PSN is going to be hot tonight. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some salty comments in there. I look forward to that, Jace.
HSV and V8 Man have, well, HSV reckons that V8 Man injured by dive bombed him, and as he was turning in, he had to unturn or whatever, I don't know, but we just fixed him up then and he just put him down to 10th place, he's up in 4th place, so he'll be getting definitely for a nice little turnaround, but we'll see, he's contact makes a beautiful move, I thought that was the well, but that'll go.
There's going to be no love lost between those two as we head back to this lead battle. And not only did Dean fix him up, Kartu runs wide. This is going to give Formula One Rocks an opportunity. Under pressure now, the door is open. And here they come side by side. Formula One Rocks takes the lead, but there's contact again. But Kartu stays with him. This is incredible. Lap 2 out of 20 here at Road America. And this championship battle, HSV back up to 3rd, but here we go, Kartu down the inside. Is he going to make the move stick here? Yes, he's just got his nose in front. but Jono's going to keep his foot in it.
Already, isn't it?
Jace, what? I tell you what, lap 2 out of 20, 18 laps to go, and we're already seeing this kind of action. This is incredible.
Oh, this is so close. Good move by Carter on the inside, side by side, going into the king. There's a little lift.
Nothing between them through. Oh, no.
That's on the apex there, Carter.
And people wonder why we spend the entire live stream with these two rather than showing anybody else, Jace. They keep asking us the question, was I on the live stream? Was I in it at all? And it's like, no, because you're bloody useless, and these two are the ones that we want to be watching. These are the championship contenders. Look how close they are. Oh my goodness, they've already pulled a 5-second gap, 5.5 seconds back to HSV, who just is in a bit of a Kim Jong-un mode tonight, just blasting everyone away with his car, using it as a bit of a weapon now. Formula One rocks, enough about that. Here we go, shake and bake. Is he going to get a slipstream here, Jace? Through the main straight, across the start-finish line, lap 3 out of 20 now. Which way is he going to go? He looks to go right, then he goes left. Oh, is he going to hang it around the outside? No. Shutting the door on him was Can't Dude. No chance of a Daniel Ricciardo type move there. He's going to get it done into Pete. Tell you what, turn 2, I should say. He's not going to get through there. A little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing to write home about. And I tell you what, no love lost here, but plenty of respect, Jace. Both giving each other plenty of room.
Yeah. As the side draft, seems to have got F1 knocks in time, and Cartu, he's done a nice outside move there, but Cartu will be looking to throw it up the inside again, as he likes to flash his lights, which he always seems to do, but that corner thing which went through is actually a pretty tricky corner. It's very easy to lock the rears there, it sort of goes up, and there's a little bit of the car bottoms out a bit, so you see someone make a mistake there, that could be why, but if Cartu goes to throw it up the inside again, and F1 Rock on the outside. Remember the Titanic battle we had last week where Cartu was stuck behind, or F1 Rocks was defending very well and very cleanly through the whole race. Both races, Cartu is a little bit annoyed that he could not pass F1 Rocks. At the moment, he's passed him a couple of times, had a couple of switchings, so this track, some people don't like it, but how can you not like the track? Crisscrosses the battles, slipstream into is what they did. Pushes F1 Rocks into a mistake, makes him cover up the inside, and again they're going to get side by side for the 4th time now, and F1 Rocks holds up the inside.
Oh, here we go.
On the inside for Cartu.
Cartu, yes, he's got ahead, but now Formula One Rocks wants another look. Here we go, Cartu looking to just move across like he did off the starting line, as now it's Formula One Rocks. Oh my goodness me, I tell you what, I need to start counting how many times this lead battle is changing, as Grace says poor sportsmanship. Not happy, her man down in P9. Not happy about that. Don't bother. Well, I tell you what, give Dane a feed tonight, but just maybe not invite. I don't think she'll invite Dean for Christmas dinner. Put it that way. As here we go, Cart Dude. We'll let the New South Welshmen and the Queenslanders fight it out as these two continue to fight it out. And well, I tell you what, not that we're completely unbiased here, of course, in the SRL commentary box, Jace, but we want this championship to go down to the wire, of course. As Mr. Salty Dean there, we just saw him briefly, but now it's Mighty Murph, who, I tell you what, these New Zealanders, they're going to be happy chappies, of course, because they probably get the F1 game a little bit earlier than us, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
They'll get the game in about an hour and a half.
so they'll be able to play it sooner than anybody else. As a V8 man, so Grace, don't despair, your man is on the comeback trail, and he's not too far behind Righty. And here we go.
So done 4 laps, so there's still another 16 to go. So with the mandatory pit stop as well, so he could definitely get back up into the top 5. As you can see, third to 10th is only covered by about 10 seconds. So still not over yet. But when you go back to the start, the front, the tyres could start to be hurting now. So the left front are both warm.
Yes.
If you're sitting behind a car, you get a little bit dirty air, and that just puts extra strain on the front leg, especially the carousel, that long screw might corner.
Now this is the question. Mandatory pit stops tonight, Jace, of course, as we ride behind Can't Do. Now, This is the big question, like I said, strategy. What are these drivers going to do? What is going through their minds? When will they pit? We've seen strategy. We saw Dubai, of course, I think it was, where Kart Dude, or I'm pretty sure it was Dubai, wasn't it, Jace? Where Kart Dude made an early pit stop,
yeah.
And it came out.
Zuhai, sorry.
Yes, Zuhai, I beg your pardon, and he came out and it worked to his advantage. Here's Compact. Oh, I'll tell you what, he's keeping Mighty Murph honest in the Ligma racing car. And now for Team Aussie, well, it's Australia versus New Zealand here. As Compact just getting friendly with that wall. That might require a bit of a paint patch-up work there, and there might be some blue paint on the walls. But, tell you what, Mighty Murph runs a little bit wide. And just that's going to keep Fubbles interested too, who's down in P7. So Fubbles not really setting the world on fire so far in this race, but he's a stubborn little chap.
He might be saving his time much as he can. I'm pretty sure his runs will be on top tyres. The hard are about 2 seconds lap off. Maybe that's what wants to Nick to have a nice little battle down the back there. That's what they're doing. They're hoping not to change tyres and gain themselves about 8 or 16 seconds, depending on the top runners if they change or fall or something like that. At the moment, it looks like it's paying off to those hard running boys. The car's too understunted on the hard tyres. It needs that grip that's right off the corners of the track as you do in most tracks. So
well, interesting.
What happened in there, but yeah.
That is going to be the story for tonight. Lap 5 out of 20, just recapping. As here comes V8 Man. Grace, hope you're watching this in 720 stunning HD. As V8 Man down the inside of Righty. Can he complete the move and just represent Shake and Bake Racing? He's a true gentleman, this man, Dane. And you don't just walk around an entire Grand Prix circuit with someone without forming some kind of special bond and connection with him. I think we may have shared a slice of pizza, in fact, an entire pizza together. Yes, just going on. It was an expensive pizza, but boy, wasn't it good. I don't know whether he's a pineapple man on his pizzas, but I'm rambling on now as here comes Righty, just behind Fubbles, looking to save his tyres. Oh, Fubs.
There's a big speed difference between the two here, so
I reckon he's made a mistake there. As coming across the line. So here we go, V8 Man. Can he get the job done? Riding in cockpit cam. We've got all the camera angles. Thanks to Jason Wilkinson, my co-commentator. Look at that. What a shot. Womp, get onto that. Side by side down the main straight.
Round the outside.
Round the outside. Round the outside. Here we go. So Shake and Bake, and boy, now he's got his sights set on Fubbles in P7. He says, I want some of that action, please. Here he goes down the inside, and he's got the job done there as well. And if that just doesn't make you want to head to the stove, Grace, I don't know what will.
Beautiful move there. He's 2 moves, but now he's under pressure because of the slipstream.
Now he's got Righty and Fubbles for company and keeping him honest. Oh, there's a nudge. Sorry about that sexist comment. Of course, men and women can cook, Jace. Of course, there's not just housewives, there's house husbands as well. But now Righty, he's got Dane back, V8 Man. Talking, maybe he's had a few too many pizzas now because he's lost position there. And now he's on the outside. Boy, what a battle. We're seeing battles right through the field tonight. Compact off. He was up to 3rd at one point in this race. And now he's going to... Well...
Compact's back out the outside. This is insane.
Action everywhere.
7, 8, 9.
6, 7. Oh, Fubs! And oh no, and Compact's off.
Oh, I'm losing it.
Compact, keep it together, Jace. He's in the kitty litter. And then before that, it was Fubbles. Jace, bloody get your head together. Get yourself together there. And before that, it was Fubbles.
Turned into a 2-car battle in one carousel corner.
4 didn't go into 2, and it ended up being 2 cars. As Fubbles abusing the R2 button like nobody else can, and just abusing it too much, and ended up off the road. And the beneficiary of that in the end, I guess, was V8 Man. Now he's just a couple of seconds behind Mighty Murph in 5th. And the battle at the front now, look at that. Lap times 205.3 compared with a 205.4. And Formula One Rocks just maintaining that gap. We mentioned that the issue of tyre wear could come into it as well. And look at that, those 2 at the front. It's just a battle between those two. 10 seconds ahead of HSV in third, and then it's Waffles in fourth, kind of on his own at the moment too. Like we said, it's all about the tyre wear at the moment. I wonder when these guys are going to come in and make their pit stop. Are we going to see an undercut or an overcut? Indeed, which one works best here? We don't know. Who's going to be brave enough to make the first move strategy-wise, I hear you ask? Is it going to be Formula One Rocks? Is it going to be Cartoon? Or is there a wild card in the field who might do something different, Jace?
With the 10-sec gap from P2 to P3, like it always seems to be, I think the undercut or overcut from P3 onwards is not going to get him up to so I'm just looking at this battle here. Womp is having a ripper battle with his mate Mickey as they're going to touch them. But we've just had their this time, but back to the Fubbles battle. But yeah, so the top two, unless they come together, we've seen it happen twice before. They should be pretty safe. It'll be the undercut on each other. The undercut's probably the stronger strategy since the tyres do get it fairly worn around here. You expect to be around lap 9, 10, 11, and that's probably going to be the ideal strategy to even out the tyres. Unless you want to come in lap 15 or so and have real fresh tyres the last few laps. But the tyre drop is pretty hard, as you can see. F1 Ross is extended the gap out to 2 seconds now, so he's done a 204 in that last lap, so he's definitely stretching his legs at the moment. He's got that little thing needed, cartoon, and that focus and put his head down.
And now, I tell you what, it's with great pleasure, Jason Wilkinson, as, boy, haven't we enjoyed some crisp battles. Speaking of crisp, hope you are all enjoying tonight's live stream in 720 stunning HD. We've ticked over to 10 people watching the stream. As soon as I do that, here comes Fubs. Down, oh well, I tell you what, through into, oh no! Well, oh no!
He's spark flying everywhere there.
He's
turned down there by Mighty Murph.
I was about to say,
don't really like each other again. It must be something with Fubbles and the New Zealanders. As him and Nemo don't seem to get along, and Fubbles and Mighty Murph don't seem to get along because they have a little bit of history in the SRL GT Sport.
Don't we love it? The rivalry, of course.
Yes.
On GT Sport. Well, I was going to say, before all that started, I was going to say he was up to 7th, but now it's Compact. Oh, I tell you what, Contact yet again with Mighty Murph, and now Fubbles is back, interested in taking P8 off of Compact. Boy, haven't we seen some spicy battles so far, not just for the lead in the opening few laps of this race, but also for the midfield as well, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even down there between Mickey and Womp for the final point.
Still going at it.
They're still going at it. And speaking of going at it, Fubbles decides to take the scenic route there across the grass. A little bit of rally cross there for the DM Motorsport entry. And
who's that? That's Righty. Righty's around.
Righty. He's also got a penalty there as well, but the mad Sakumi Racing boy just facing in the wrong direction. Get a little bit excited there. I got off track because we ticked over to 10 viewers watching the stream, Jace. But anyway, never mind. Here comes Formula One Rocks. Now with a 2.6 second lead over Cartoon, his main championship rival. But we are getting into that pit window, of course, as HSV 14, nearly 15 seconds behind him in P3, but still in a podium position. He's going to be happy with that.
We might have a 5 or 10 second penalty depending on what he's cost. He costs V8 man about 10 seconds, so
it could be.
Don't worry about that during the race, but we're commentating now. We've got another close battle here. I'm trying to look at who it is. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Still resuming the battle.
Look at that again, side by side, Righty and Fubbles. Oh. I think it's right. No, sorry, Fubbles and Compact. I beg your pardon.
Fubbles and Compact. Yeah.
The Team Aussie racing car. Yeah. And you won't be too happy with that. You mentioned, Jason, you might have to put your Charlie Whiting hat on and get into the steward's room a little bit later on. And, well, given that move, and of course, as you would expect, Grace not very happy with that move at all on her man, V8 man. And, well, very nice there of Womp. or I should say Mickey, to just completely remove himself from the racing track and the racing line altogether and let Womp through up into P11. 14 seconds off of Hecka Kosh, who's sitting in P10, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, and he could get up and get a points-paying finish tonight as Compact there in P7, Fubs in P8. Boy, he's been on and off the track all night tonight. Righty for Mad Sakumi Racing, and then Hecka Kosh currently in the last points-paying position. And Hecka Kosh there just sitting pretty there, 3 seconds behind Righty. Who knows, he's got a penalty. He could sneak up to P9, but it's all about this man. We're currently in the pit window. Is he going to come in? No. So Formula One Rocks continues on. Is Cartu deciding he might go for a little bit of a sneaky undercut? No, they both go through to complete lap 9, or lap 8 I should say, into lap 9, as Formula One Rocks now 3.2 seconds in the lead as Cartu's teammate Dean McKinnon, who after those penalties, that's what I was trying to spit out before, Jace, after those penalties he might finish sometime tomorrow. Here we go, Waffles now for On The Couch Racing, out of coming in I should say from P4, and you might as well roll the dice, Jace. He's sitting comfortably in P4 there as his pit crew get ready to come out, the On The Couch boys.
Very wide pit lane as we've got here, but here we go. Is it going to be a tyre change? We're not going to be able to see it. Oh yes, we are going to see this time.
Here we go. No, we're not. No, I beg your pardon. And
but it's about 6 seconds. That's it's about 8 seconds stop there. So just runs over.
Waffles decides to take out Compact's the half a dozen of Compact's pit crew. As anyway, they seem to be. I tell you what, they're tough cookies, aren't they, Jace? They're right up and about for Compact, the Team Aussie Racing boys, as he comes in. Interesting sort of outfits there. They look like they're from another planet. But anyway, Compact taking his time, and I think we see plenty. He's changing all fours. Not that we see it on the stream, but now Wok for Team Kiwi, currently in P9. Where are these guys going to feed out in after these pit stops, I should say? Righty has come out in P11, and Fubs there in P10. Now Mickey, P8, 1 minute off the lead. I tell you what, some of these guys almost a lap down on the leader. In fact, I think Righty and Compact may be a lap down now. But the big question is...
They're not, but I'm not sure why. That's probably step one now, so... Yeah, they're to the front track in front as F1 Rocks come through, but are we going to see some pit lanes there? Oh, we've got to slow down penalty. You have to get down.
That is going to keep...
No, it's not.
That's going to keep...
We just got to limit that.
I'll tell you what, Cart Dude now just 7/10. Well, it is a huge penalty, isn't it? It was about 2.5 seconds, about 2.6, so he's dropped about 2 seconds there. So, in fact, 2.7 he lost to Cart Dude on that last lap. And, boy, I get excited once again, though, the live stream viewers. 10 people watching this stream now.
Got an answer to GT3 versus
I don't think we've got an answer, but we might...
So, viewers out there, if you're watching, well, you're obviously watching if you listen to me now, but... what do you think is faster around Road America for the track right now? Do you reckon the V8 supercar or a GT3 car? Any of the GT3 cars? What do you think is faster? It's car to almost take around there from there.
Can't do.
Leave it in the comments. What do you think is faster, GT3 car or a V8 supercar around Road America?
Come on, get your comments in, people. You know you want to. Come on, let's just see some comments on that live stream. I'll tell you what, if our man Alan, I'm sure he's watching the live stream, your mate from work, boy, isn't he a unit and a half? Just eating his bloody
F1 Rock supporter, he is.
He is just...
Does not want road here, or can't do. I went in the championship, but yeah, that's another story.
A story for another day, and I'm sure Alan would have plenty of them. Gee, that charcoal chicken and chips or whatever it was you were eating there at work the other day looked mighty fine. Not that I would know, I'm on a diet and I'm down 5 kilos, fit for summer. Just get into my mankini. Anyway, enough about that. That's a sight you do not want to see. Lap 11 out of 20. Let's focus with the on-track action, down to 7/10, now 6/10 between Formula Works. What am I talking about, Jace? Speaking an entirely different language. I know I've taken my hand to Chinese and I've offended a billion people, I think, back at the race at Zhuhai. But what I'm trying to say is that Formula One Rocks and Kart Dude are in a league of their own, and here they go. Can't do.
Call. The car was about to pit, but it stayed out. So now the question is F1 going to change tyres? If so, just the front two, just the rear two, or all four? Because that is the big difference there. So it could be a 2-second stop, not changing tyres, an 8-second stop, changing tyres, and 16 changing all four. Let's have a look.
Oh, here we go. That is the question. Oh, I tell you what, that pit, the board is up. Is he going to change? I reckon he might be, Jace.
16, 17. Oh, he hasn't got another problem, has he? Well, it was about 20 seconds. So he's either changed all four tyres, or he changed 2 tyres and got stuck with a wheel nut problem or something. That's what happened at Dubai. I can't remember if we said that on the stream or not. I think I found that after the race. But yeah, so that could have been what happened, but we'll find out on the pacing as if he comes out and absolutely blitzes it. You might think he's changed tyres, but we'll see the gap as he comes out. I think he comes out behind. He comes out behind Mighty Murph, which he's only a couple things behind, but I'm pretty sure he'll catch him pretty quickly. So
he's going to hunt him down. And boy, wasn't Cartu teasing us there? Just moving ever so slightly across and motioning like he was going to go in the pit lane, but just teasing us a little bit. He continued on, and I thought for a split second there they were going to come in together, but not to be. So Cartu electing to stay out, and all will be revealed shortly as to whether Formula One Rocks had a problem. I noticed on his fuel gauge there he had plenty of juice in the tank, especially after what happened in Dubai. Tragic stuff there. Cartu getting a little bit wide there. And he is currently 16 seconds ahead of HSV in second place. Of course, those other boys yet to pit, along with Cartoon, I should say. V8 man in third, up to third. 10 seconds off of his main friend, Dean, and he's still not coming in, Jace.
Yeah, he's staying out, so he's going to try and do the overcut. I'm guessing he's going to sort of be trying to look at the gaps once V8 man and HSV and Murph pit. I think it's around 40 to 45 seconds for a pit stop, depending if you change all four tyres. It's about 40 to 45 seconds. So at the moment it's 45 seconds the gap. So let's keep an eye on that gap as HSV now pits.
So here comes Dean.
V8 man as well. Yeah, V8 man. So is Murph going to pit and release Jono, or is Murph going to stay out and make F1 Rocks pass him on track? That is the big question here, as we see Murph in the green car. He's going to pull off to the right. No, he's not. He's going to defend very hard. I bet you he will. So
here he goes. This is for racing position. And we said that he's going to defend for his life side by side. I reckon he might be through there. So Murph defending, but Jono off the track. And like we said, this is for position, no blue flags here. And now Murph will go down on the inside of him into turn number 2. And now he goes wide. And now Formula One Rocks goes through the inside. So just Jono there taking the inside. And then it was inside, outside, crisscross action there. And they were both running wide, almost like synchronised sort of dancing or something. It was very strange. One had run wide and then the next one would go through. As Mighty Murph now. I reckon that might be it there, Jace. So Formula One Rocks has been released.
And down to 44 seconds, so he still gained at speed. So maybe Cartu has left this a little bit too late. Unless he's only going to change 2 tyres, which means that it's probably 8 seconds quicker than it was for F1 Rocks. So this is going to be the moment here.
Here we go.
He's going to have to try and not change tyres. Only 7 laps, only 6 laps to go, 7 laps, as he comes in 6th now. So let's see what the gap's going to be, let's see what the pit stop is. He's slowed right down. Must have a slow down penalty. Yeah, he must have a slow down penalty, so he had to slow right down. So that cost him 4 seconds just in that. So it's going to be very tight on the out of these two. Let's have a look at pit time. I'll do the counting, you do the commentating, we'll have a see.
Here we go, in comes Cart Dude. Can he get out ahead of Formula One Rocks? Will he change all 4 tyres, or will he just change 2? That is the question. As like we said, Jace, you're on the watching the track, seeing where Jono is. I'm watching Cart Dude, and tell you what, there go the boys, and he's out. So it's 10 seconds.
Stop. So he's only changed 2 tyres. So he's a 19-second stop from F1 Rocks. So what's it going to be? It's going to be close. F1 Rocks is coming down the main track now.
I reckon he might have him here.
Long pit lane. It's a very long pit lane.
And look at that.
There's the pit board there.
We're watching Cart Dude. You watch the track.
Here he comes.
I'll watch the pit lane. And I reckon, no, Cart Dude's got him.
He's going to have the overlap though. He's going to have a lot more speed, warm tyres.
Oh, it's going to be tight.
Good battle here.
10-second pit stop for Cart Dude. 20 seconds it was for Formula One Rocks. So, I tell you what, that gap currently sitting at 1.5 seconds. But like we said, Cart Dude, half the time, half the amount of tyres. So only 2 new tyres on that car for Cart Dude. Two new, 2 old.
Just the front two.
So we're guessing just the front 2.
I'm not sure if Waffles is pitting out. I'm just going to get some of his screen. I can't see the pit stop at the moment. I'm not sure if Waffles has pitted or not. He might have, which means he's actually jumped HSE and Vietnam. But back to this battle. This is going to be an epic battle now. 7 laps to go. 6.5 to go. F1 Rocks on nice, warm, brand new tyres. Cart Dude on brand new front tyres, which means the corrects won't be as good.
Oh, Cart Dude.
Cart Dude replied that could be.
Cart Dude had a moment, he ran wide, he dipped a wheel onto the grass, and Formula One Rocks is keeping him more than honest here. Is he going to go down the inside? Can Cart Dude maintain position? Oh my goodness me. Formula One Rocks, Jono on brand new tyres, so new you can smell the rubber, Jace, I'm sure you can.
Cart Dude again, run wide, he's got pressure, he's under so much pressure right now.
Pressure galore, and now Jono's off. Oh no. 6 laps to go until the end of this one. Cart Dude ahead of Formula One Rocks. We don't know the championship permutations in the points standings, but only 1 more round to go after this one. The penultimate round here tonight, round 9 of course, here at Road America. That slight mistake from Jono has seen Cart Dude maintain that lead by just over a second. Oh, I tell you what, the pressure, imagine the pressure, imagine the tension. What is going through their mind, Jason, with just 5 laps to go until the end of this one?
Well, the pressure, I don't know who's got more of the pressure. Is it Cart Dude in front if he wins, or he positions because he wins the championship, or is it Dono who has to try and get in front to get the championship next week if he can race next week? It's going to be pretty, I don't know, who thinks the pressure's on more? Is it Cart Dude looking in his mirrors, going for the championship, or is it F1 Rocks trying to get the championship live with fresh tyres trying to pass Cart Dude?
I tell you what, much easier to chase than to lead, as they say, but I reckon there's going to be equal amounts of pressure on both of them. Maybe Jono in terms of the championship, but in terms of this race, right here now in the present, I reckon Cart Dude would be getting very, very sweaty in that cockpit of the Sodi Motorsport V8 supercar. And now Jono looks to be on a very good lap here now. He's cut that gap. It was a second at the start of this lap. Lap 15 out of 20, of course. Now it's down to 4/10 as Cart Dude. I tell you what, if it's the rear tyres that he hasn't changed, he's not doing himself a lot of favours there, Jace, by just dipping those rear wheels onto the grass and kicking up the dirt.
Shane Van Gisbergen and driving the grass. I think the tyres cool, I guess, because the tyres will be getting nice and warm.
Yes, SVG style driving there from Cart. But it's going to be interesting to see what Brody's going to do here. I tell you what, his old tactic of flashing the lights isn't going to do him much good at the moment as the sun sets here. Look at that. And I tell you what, it's
into that sort of stuff, but yeah, they might try and flash the lights over here.
They're competitive, these boys. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of respect out on the track, and I'm not so sure about off it, but I'm sure they do, of course. I reckon they're both on each other's Christmas card list, but we're counting down here now. Pretty much everyone's made their pit stops. We mentioned Waffle up to P3 ahead of HSV. Magnificent bit of strategy indeed if that's come off for him. So he could be on for a podium today as well. So across the line then, Cart Dude maintains the lead. Let's have a sneaky look at these lap times. It's a 2:04.5 for Cart Dude and a 2:04.2 for Formula One Rocks. So they're level pegging at the moment through turn 1. Nice little sweeping corner there. Now down into turn 2, Cart Dude managing to maintain the gap, but like we keep saying, he's on, well, half his rear tyres are old, the front tyres are new. As here comes Waffles.
Look at this battle as this is closing up here. So HSV's definitely, you can see he's 7/10 faster than Waffles that lap. So this is the battle for the podium. But remember, HSV turned around this man who's recovered up to 5th position at the moment, but he is quite a few seconds behind HSV. So
Well, I tell you what,
Rocks is only a tenth behind. Here we go, having a look.
here we go. He's going to have a look. Tell you what, there's also the battle for 7th and 8th, but we're going to stick with this at the moment. Here we go. The championship rival continues. Oh, it's got a bit of Prost, Senna, Rosberg and bloody Hamilton about it, this one. It's just getting very, very tasty indeed. I tell you what, how good is this? Where else would you want to be apart from watching our live streams on a Thursday night? Because this is fantastic stuff. And it's continuing now. 4 laps to go until the end of this one. And I'd be getting very, very tense indeed if my name was Brodie Sward and I'm a Tasmanian and I'm in the lead of this race, because those tyres, when are they going to cry enough? I wonder, are they going to last to the end? So many questions. Can Formula One Rocks throw it down the inside? No, he's a little bit further back than what he'd like to be at the moment as we come through to complete lap 16 out of 20 of this race. HSV getting very close to Waffles there too, but this is also very close. Oh, contact!
Oh, he's moved on the braking car to there. The looks of it, the weathery, I don't know, it looks really a little bit odd. Need an action replay there. Just double tap on the stream and have a look again, but it almost looked like F1 Rocks, he definitely had the run. It almost looked like he was going to throw it inside and Carty was aware and just he turned a little to the right to say you're not getting past there, buddy, but sure.
So well, have a look on the live stream, like you said, Jace. So the plot thickens. That that might not be the last we hear about that. I'm sure we'll hear plenty on the comments section and through the party chat and different messaging sort of stuff that we always talk about. But I tell you what, that was looked a little bit sus, you'd have to say. Very Max Verstappen Spa 2016 on Kimi Räikkönen. And I remember Kimi getting on the team radio and saying, "He moved on the braking. If he does that to me, I'm going to do it to him too." That's a really bad impression, but you get the idea. Kimi was not happy, and I get a feeling Jono won't be happy either. But tell you what, I wonder if Womp is on Jono's payroll. He might be able to help him out here.
Hey, we'll have a look here.
And let's have a look.
Pretty good guy. He shoots his drive straight off the track and get out of the way.
And well, he could drive straight off the track.
Or just spin out the way.
Or spin.
Style. But let's have a look at this gap here. So there's 4 seconds now. 3.9, 3.8. Hold on, maybe.
And
back
look.
4 seconds. So let's have a look if F1 Rocks can close in. He's going to have the. Well, he's already got the lights on. He's got the eyes.
Remember, he's got the new rubber.
Wide open. New rubber. Pretty warm at the moment, but nice hot tyres. But yeah, it's going to be good. Let's have another battle here.
So here we go. The battle for the podium continues, but we might hear a little bit more about that battle for the lead and a bit of controversy to add into the mix. As just hold my beer, because Alan. Oh no! Oh, his Waffles around, so that puts HSV. I tell you what, there goes the strategy out the window. I was about to say, Alan Sheps joined the live stream. Your mate, big hello to you, Alan. He says, "Come on, Jono, pedal to the metal." Remember, rubber is racing. And what a unit you are, Alan. Great to have your company with us on the live stream. What a top bloke.
2 seconds in that last sector there.
2 seconds.
Sorry, Jono. So you know who everyone wants to see win. Let's make this battle go to next week.
Here we go, and I tell you what, your man Alan, we just mentioned you, Alan. Thanks for joining us on the live stream, and your mate from work, Jason. That's I tell you what, all that gap, 2.5 seconds now. It was about 4.5, so he's lost 2 seconds, Calf Dude, on this lap, and he looks to be getting closer. It's down to 2 seconds now. It's gone up a little bit, but anyway, 2 laps remaining in this race. Lap 18 out of 20. So first and second there, as you can see. HSV now up to third, with Waffles kindly removing himself from that battle. V8 man. I don't know whether HSV is going to be spraying too much champagne, though, after that incident earlier in the race, which I'm sure will be decided in the steward's room. Now, are we going to see some sportsmanship here from Cart Dude? I don't know. He's from Tasmania. And he's a Tasmanian, of course, and I'm sure that there's a few Tassie people watching. We all love you. We're only just kidding, because it's down to 2 seconds now. He's going to do this. Is he going to have a sense of theatre and a sense of entertainment and just close this gap and keep the championship battle alive? One would hope so. We don't think so, though. I tell you what, you haven't got a lot of faith in our man Brody, as Formula One Rocks is on a pretty nice lap at the moment.
I understand where it can look like. You never know with online racing. He could say, okay, we'll let this go next week, and then he could drop out and F1 Rocks in. So
it's happened.
It's wrapped up tonight, which is what he's doing now. But I bet you, I'll get the exact argument. I'll pretty much predict what we're going to hear in the process review. You say, well, ask Car 2 about what about that move? Did you get on the brakes? He'll say, no, it's the exact same thing that F1 Rocks did to me at Laguna Seca. But the big but is, F1 Rocks did, when he moved over, he did not actually make contact with Car 2. So I don't know what Charlie Whiting had on again, and so the should must get you out. Alan, if you're still watching, go to our extra race steward, I guess. But the gap's down to 1.5 seconds, so as soon as you get in that second zone, there's no DRS, but it gives you that bit of slipstream, which would help him close up. It could be with 1 3/4 laps to go. Be another last lap screamer, which you always seem to have here.
It could be. I tell you what, Jono's got plenty of fuel. Penultimate lap of this race. Stay tuned to your screens. He's getting closer. It's less than a second. Penultimate lap of this race. Penultimate round of the SRL V8 Supercar season. And this is not over yet. 1 lap to go after the end of this one. And oh my goodness me, have those rear tyres of Kart Dudes cried enough? They might be on the way out. They look very worn, that's for sure. It's down to 0.3 of a second. Jono, Alan, your man is on the comeback trail now. The lead is within his grasp. He can see that championship right in front of him there with the red Sodi Motorsport car of Brody. Kart Dude, as he's more affectionately known on the PSN network. This is going to be a thrilling finish to this race. And tell you what, since the HSV Waffles battle has been settled, the gaps further down the field aren't too great. Kart Dude, around! Jono takes the lead of this race. Incredible! Alan's dropped his bloody long VB long neck because he's dropped his stubby, because Formula One Rocks has taken the lead and could be keeping this championship alive. I don't reckon Kart Dude's going to have an answer for him, and he's in the pits. This is What's going on? He's off the track. He's out of fuel. Is he?
No. Oh, he's got 2 litres.
He's got 2 litres of fuel. This is incredible. Unbelievable
now,
stuff.
What's Dean going to do? Dean is his teammate, so is he going to go give him a helping hand?
Well, team orders.
Give him a push.
Are we going to see team orders?
He's only 5 seconds behind Dean. This is nuts.
This is incredible, to quote Fernando Alonso.
That's probably why F1 flows in so much. He's got to have to hold the clutch in. He's down 10 seconds. This is crazy.
This is incredible. A bit like those races. Oh, he's not going to make it. Like those races where we were driving around in the snow, Jason. Everybody kept running out of fuel. This is incredible stuff. Look at that. He's running on the smell of an oily rag at the moment.
0.5 of it. He's got under a litre left. He's going to do another 4 kilometres. I'm sorry, Kart Dude, but that is not happening. That is. F1 Rocks is going to be leading the championship.
He's going to run out of fuel. Formula One Rocks is going to be leading the championship. Jono ran out of fuel in Dubai, and it's almost gone. Look at that. Completely gone. 0.1 gone. That's it. He's out of fuel. Dean, you might have to jump out and give him a push because he's not going to make it. Incredible stuff. What a development in this race.
What's he going to do? Is he going to give him a push? He's going too slow. He's probably going to go. He's going to drop around the outside of him.
He's going to say...
He's helped him.
And there's a yellow flag. Waffles, no. And Alan saying about the cream rising to the top. Let's take a look at Formula One Rocks. As he crossed the line to finish this race, he'd be getting awfully close. So here comes Formula One Rocks.
Take him home.
Who couldn't give a rat's about Kart Dude running out of fuel. It's happened to him before. But now, with plenty of fuel, he comes out of the last corner. He's going to lead this championship. What a result. Not just for him, but also for his team. He comes across the line to win here at Road America and retake the championship lead heading into the final round at Bathurst next week. Cart Dude was with him almost all of the way, but now, tragically for Cart Dude, he's run out of fuel with, tell you what, he could just almost see the finish line. And HSV now in second position now, about 9 seconds ahead of Waffles in third. And it'll be V8 Man in fourth. As there we see Waffles for On The Couch Racing completing the podium here tonight. Across the line into third. And I tell you what a result. Cart Dude, he's not even on the timing screens at the moment. And so all sorts of funny things happening. There he goes, comeback drive.
He's got on the first plane out of here. And Cart Dude is already on track to back there to start practicing. So, well, that is a big change of events. That is why Cart Dude was going so much slower that last lap or two. So we didn't realise it until I didn't even notice the fuel until back here when I saw him going into the pits, and you pulled it.
Incredible stuff. Here comes Mighty Murph for Ligma Racing across the line in P5. Not a bad result for him. Here comes Righty. He's got a penalty though in P6. As well, what a result. I'm just trying to get over Cart Dude running out of fuel. It happened to Jono, didn't it? He knows all about what it's like to run out of fuel, albeit on the last corner. Cart Dude didn't quite get as close to home.
Actually invited Cart Dude into the chat, but we'll have a quick chat with him, I guess.
So Cart Dude,
on what he's going on. I bet he's going to be happy man.
Cart Dude in the departure lounge already on the plane back to Hobart. As are the two shake and bake boys. Getting together. Grace, you'll be happy. Your man getting the comeback drive into P4. But there we go. What a result here at Road America. After all of that, it was Formula One Rocks taking the win and the championship lead. That's right. Don't adjust your live stream quality or anything like that, because you heard right. Ahead of HSV in P2. Waffles in P3. V8 Man in P4. Shake and Bake 1 and 4. Mighty Murph in 5th. Righty in 6th. Hekakosh in 7th. Womp in P8 as we go down the results there. Compact in 9th. Cart Dude. Oh, it says he's retired there, Jace, but he might get that. I'm guessing he'll get that championship point for being classified, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll have to check the rule book.
We'll make sure he does. Here is a man of the moment. F1 Rocks. So you got the win and the championship lead, mate. Tell us your thoughts. Give us more than 3 words, please.
That's good. Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4. You're good.
Yeah. That's enough for you.
Now,
that's good.
What did you know? I'll let you go. Trev, you go.
I was just going to say, Jono, tell us about those last couple of laps, mate. The battle was intense. You came in, you changed all 4 wheels and tyres, and Cart Dude was a little bit ahead of you. But what was going through your mind when you just saw him starting to slow? And you know what it's like. You've been through it before, of course, in Dubai. You went through running out of fuel, of course. What were you thinking when you saw him slow?
I didn't know. I thought I started to catch up at the, like, I don't know, probably not into 19 or 18, and I thought he must have got a cut penalty or something.
Yeah,
so
that's what's up too.
Going for gold, and then I passed him. He went deep at the back of the circuit, and I passed him, and then he went to the pits, and then he came out in second, and then he dropped down. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
He ran right out of fuel. He was about to pit. Once you passed him, he was about to pit, and he must have realised that it was only about 20 seconds to reaching third. He was surprised. Didn't actually push him, but I guess he had a long way to push as he ran out before he got to the carousel. But he was going to pit, and he must have realised there's only 30 seconds. He's going to drop. Like he's going to try. He had about 2.2 litres left. And he ran out, come into the carousel.
Yeah.
Well,
he's got in 10th, so I think that means 1 point.
I don't know how he got in front of me.
Well, I tell you what, we're talking, speaking of the championship, Jono, I know you're still, the adrenaline still must be pumping after that win, but 19-point gap between Cart Dude and yourself leading into this round. 25 points, of course, for the win. I'm guessing Cart Dude, like we said, Jace, will be classified in P10, completing more of about 90% of the race distance. So by my calculations, you have turned it around. Of course, you've taken, I'm guessing that's a 5-point lead. Heading into the final round next week. We saw you fighting for the championship. It didn't quite work out, of course, with connection issues in Season 1, but now, this time, you go in to the championship finale. We're hoping you can make it with a 5-point lead. That must be incredible to think, considering you were 19 points down coming into this race.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going. I didn't think I'd be in it after 4 races or whatever, where I lost 100 points or. So it's crazy to think I'm back in the lead.
Well, Jono...
old mate Owen on the stream, I couldn't read out what you were saying. He jumped on saying, Shepo. He comes out saying, come on, Jono, pedal to the metal. Remember racing. And then once you got back into the lead, he goes, well done, Jono, the cream rises to the top. I don't know if you're still watching, you can give him a little thank you and thanks to your number 1 fan.
He's a champion. Yeah, I've done just the merchandise, Alan. You big guy. Good on you.
That's right. You heard it here first, Al. Don't forget, give Jace some help. By the way, next time use it together at work. But I tell you what, we'll let you go, mate. Fantastic work. What a race from yourself, Jono. You managed to take the win. We'll let you go and soak the champagne out of your overalls, mate. And good luck for next week, mate. All the best, all the very best, and championship leader after this round, and good luck for next week.
Thanks, fellas. Good on you, champions.
Great work there, Jono, as my dog is just rolling around on the floor. But never mind about that, because as Jono decides to leave the party, Big Al, what a unit he is, just loving the live stream, as I'm sure you all are. But what a result. There we go, just recapping like we said. F1 Rocks taking the victory from HSV and Waffles in third. Might be a little bit more about that P2 for HSV after an incident earlier in the race. But anyway, we'll let that be decided in the steward's room with you, J-Dub. And we'll check out the replay. V8 man fourth. Mighty Murph slotting into fifth. Not a bad result for him. Righty in sixth. But it could have been so much more, couldn't it? Despite that incident late in the race. Hekakosh 7th, Womp in 8th, Compact 9th, Cart Dude getting classified in 10th. And I'm guessing we're not going to get our man Brody on the stream tonight, Jace, because...
he's talking to the fuel supplier saying, what have you done? Because he actually filled up for 22 laps, but was about maybe 2 litres short, so...
Everyone else did 20 laps. Cartu did 19. He didn't make it to the end, as we welcome our second place finisher to the party chat, Dean McKinnon. And Dino, well, into second place. How do you feel about that, mate? You had an incident at the start of the race. We won't go too much into that, but second place, mate, representing Sodi Motorsport. It seems as though your car was fueled to the end, but your teammate wasn't quite so lucky.
Yeah, it's really weird because he had more fuel than me at the start, so I don't know what happened.
Well, like we say, Jace and Dean, it's not about how much fuel you've got. I'm sure it's how you use it. But P2, mate, good result. It's been a little bit of time. I think I could be wrong, but I think it might have been the Nürburgring where you might have snuck onto the podium. I'm an old man now, so my memory might not serve me correctly. But still a good result. Laguna Seca, sorry. Yeah. Last week. What am I talking about? I'll tell you what, I'm just as usual waffling on. But HSV, what do you think, mate? P2, not quite where you want to be. I guess you want to be sort of in P1. But is that the best you could have done tonight?
Probably. I'll probably overachieved with it.
Well,
Waffle was in front, so probably should have been fourth if things, or even fifth if Dane didn't hit trouble.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of Waffles, we'll go back onto Waffles. How did you get into P3 there? Did you not change tyres, or what was going on? Because you were sort of... HSV was out by himself, so all of a sudden I looked and you were in front.
I can help you with that. My game kept me in the pits 3 seconds longer than the pit time told me it would be, so...
okay.
Also a bit of undercut.
Yeah, you did go in there. So then you just got on the curb and looped. I think we were on board with SC as that happened. So just smoke going everywhere.
Yeah, well, it was a losing battle. I knew that I was dropping off massively, and he had like 3 laps behind us, so he was going to be all over me either way, but not a way I'd like to give the slot to him. I'm sure it's cracked out when it bounced off the wall towards him.
I thought it was going to bounce back into me, to be honest.
I was just happy I facing the right way and kept going.
Well, there you have it. You heard it here first. Thank you, boys. Congratulations or commiserations, whichever one you want to talk about tonight. But, yeah, good luck. And, of course, hopefully we'll see you all next week. I think a few people have put the queue in the rack, Jace, and they're just counting down, 2.5 hours now, depending on where you are, Eastern States time, till F1 2018, and I reckon everyone's looking forward to that. But thank you, boys, and all the best for the season finale next week.
Thanks.
No worries, thanks.
There we go. Those boys, just the enthusiasm oozing through my headset there, Chase. And,
Yeah, I could hardly hear him, but yeah.
into my lounge room, office, whatever you want to call it. The commentary box, that's what it's called. But there we go, the final results. So I reckon we're just about to wrap up again, Jace.
Some of us got to go to bed to get up in 2.5 hours. So
That's right.
Wrap her up.
You got 3 minutes going on your timetable, which you sent through. We won't mention some of the other comments that were on there anyway. We'll keep that for a later date. There could be some children or other people listening. But I tell you what, we'll just, like we do every week, Jace, we haven't mentioned our man Anthony Riley from the Minds of Motorsport podcast. We must have missed the cash in the mail. Well, I tell you what, don't forget Anthony Riley, Minds of Motorsport podcast. We've got to wrap up here quickly, so quick mention to him. Also, all the links will be in the description from tonight's live stream. Thank you, everybody, for your company. Don't forget to tune in next week for the season finale, round 10 of this championship, 22 laps at Bathurst to decide the champion for Season 2. He missed out in Season 1. Now can Formula 1 Rocks get redemption in Season 2? All the questions will be answered next week. And like we always say, Jace, www.supremeracingleague.com. If you miss Season 2, there's going to be a Season 3. We're going to let you get to bed, Jace, because you've got to be up in 2.5 hours to play F1 2018. But thanks again for your company tonight.
Before I go,
for it.
Next week, if anyone's still watching, we're going to be having a shootout. So, obviously, the V8 Supercars, if you Australian boys watching, the V8 Supercars do a top 10 shootout. Well, we're going to do a top, however many cars turn up, 15, 16. We have a top 15 or 16 shootout, which could be very fun to watch. And it could shake up the grid too, because if you muck up your lap, then back you go. So that means F1 Rocks and Car2, the pressure's back on F1 Rocks now. He's got to make sure he can get there for starters, but if he's there, then the pressure's it's equally on them both. So It's going to be a very, very good week, a very long week, I should say, but a very good week. I'm not sure how many boys are going to practice as we've got F1 coming out soon, but we'll see you all next week.
Very soon indeed, Jace. You might want to be careful there too, mate. We're still in the good old US of A. We're still in America, so talking about shootouts might be a little bit a little bit of a sensitive issue. Anyway, we're just about done here tonight. Thank you for everyone for your company. You forgot about that, didn't you, Jace? Don't forget, next week, round 10, the season finale, like I mentioned, from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And big thank you to everyone for joining in, like I mentioned. We're out, we're gone, we're back on the plane to Australia next week. We'll see you at Bathurst. It's bye for now.